The 2015 Shoreham by Sea Air Show lifted off to a good start. There were blue skies and a large crowd, many of whom had come to see one of the final flights of the Vulcan bomber and say goodbye to this veteran of the Cold War. However, there were strong and intermittent gusts of wind blowing down the Ada Valley, and the day before, some had commented that there were blinding reflections of sunlight coming from a temporary marquee on the airfield. These would present challenging conditions for any pilot, yet alone those carrying out complicated and high-speed acrobatics. As the displays got underway, there were no indications that this would be any different from the many well-run and well-organized air shows at Shoreham that have given pleasure to countless thousands of people for over 25 years. The first displays went without a hitch, and many were waiting for the Vulcan when the Hawker Hunter appeared. For onlookers, there were no obvious signs of any problems, as it soared up into the sky above Lancing College. It was only when it came back down towards the ground that it was obvious something had gone drastically wrong. Some of those watching from a distance thought it was all part of the show, for in previous years, smoke, flames and explosions had been deliberately created on the airfield. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, smoke hung over the A27 road, and there was an eerie silence. And then the sound of sirens could be heard as the emergency services came from all directions to attend the scene. Their response, both at the time and in the days that follows, met the highest of professional standards. Gradually, the news of what had happened filtered through to those who had been watching the air show. Some left in tears almost immediately. Others were stuck for hours because of the blocked roads and the recovery operation. The crash and the story of the victims dominated the media for many days afterwards. But almost immediately, flowers and tributes to those who had died began to appear on the wooden footbridge over the River Ada leading to the airfield. Soon, the site where hundreds of spectators had gathered to watch the show was lined on either side with thousands of flowers and tributes. Young and old, from all walks of life, people came from far and wide to pay their respects. Exactly a week after the crash, a special ceremony was held on the bridge to remember those who had died. People stood for a minute's silence after the last post was sounded. And when it ended, a local choir sang a hymn. Many on the footbridge were in tears, and just as the ceremony finished, it began to gently rain, and a Sussex butterfly settled on a nearby bush. The same evening, people came in their thousands to light candles on Shoreham's other footbridge, in memory of those who had lost their lives. Some stood in the pouring rain as they queued to pay their respects. Bridges have always played an important part in the life of Shoreham by Sea. They have also been the focus of several celebrations, but also a place where residents have assembled when darker clouds have overshadowed the town. This time the flags were at half-mast, and in Shoreham and neighbouring communities many efforts were made to give help and support to the victims' families and friends. While flowers will fade, new days will dawn. But the people of Shoreham will never forget a tragedy which took so many lives and touched the hearts of so many others.